Hi, I'm Katie Cleary, President and founder of World Animal News and Peace for Animals. And these are the top breaking animal news stories making headlines, and how you can get involved. Vincent Lamarck Burrell is arrested in a massive dogfighting ring bust for breeding and training 106 pit bulls at his Georgia home. After a lengthy investigation, detectives apprehended the 55-year-old alleged criminal on November 8th after finding over 100 dogs on his property in Paulding County. Thankfully, authorities rescued all of the dogs and were able to get them placed with rescue facilities, where they will begin their rehabilitation. Burrell is currently being held without bond on cruelty to animals and dogfighting charges. The department expects more than 100 additional counts to be placed against Burrell as this case continues to unfold. A new undercover investigation exposes wildlife trafficking in Mexico. Imperiled species were found for sale in digital marketplaces and on social media. A new report from the Center for Biological Diversity finds that the trafficking of at-risk species such as jaguars, sloths, howler monkeys, and crocodiles are traded openly in digital marketplaces. Lax government enforcement, a lack of political will to address the problem, and a weak social media oversight all contribute to the illegal wildlife market and ensure access to buyers and sellers. The illegal animal trade also occurs in traditional public marketplaces within Mexico, alongside vendors selling vegetables, flowers, clothes, and other everyday goods. In wildlife news, after nearly being hunted to extinction, grizzly bears may return to the North Cascades in Washington. The National Park Service and U.S. Fish and Wildlife recently announced the initiation of a new environmental impact statement to evaluate options for restoring grizzly bears to the North Cascades in Washington, where the animals once thrived. Grizzly bears once roamed across the mountainous area for thousands of years as an essential part of the ecosystem, distributing native plant seeds and keeping other wildlife populations in balance. Tragically, in the 20th century, humans nearly hunted them to extinction. The last confirmed sighting of a grizzly bear in the U.S. portion of the North Cascades ecosystem was in 1996. Wildlife groups sue the state of Montana to stop the senseless wolf slaughter. Take action to stop wolf trapping that begins on November 28th. Filed by conservation groups Wild Earth Guardians and Project Coyote, the new lawsuit alleges that the state's extreme anti-wolf hunting and trapping policies violate the Montana Constitution and several federal laws meant to protect wildlife on federally managed lands. Further, it claims that the Montana Department of Fish, Wildlife, and Parks, as well as the Montana Fish and Wildlife Commission, are violating the law by relying on stale and insufficient scientific data in order to authorize the killing of roughly 40% of the state's wolf population this coming winter. The groups believe that the state is overstepping its management authority by allowing wolf slaughter on the boundaries of federal lands. Take action to stop more wolves from being slaughtered by visiting relistwolves.org. Kenya's severe drought continues to worsen as hundreds of threatened and endangered species lose their lives. Countless elephants, wildebeests, common zebras, buffaloes, grave zebras, and giraffes have lost their lives due to the relentless drought. The rhino population, thankfully, has not been severely affected yet. The government of Kenya, together with development and conservation partners, is assisting with financing to help prevent any imminent drought-related mortality of black and white rhinos at local sanctuaries. For more ways that you can help, please visit our website. In marine wildlife news, Hong Kong's largest sea smuggling case busted with $300 million worth of items, including shark fins, seized. Dried shark fins were among the many items hid in mislabeled containers that Hong Kong Customs uncovered late last month on a vessel that was being used to smuggle goods to the mainland. The massive haul of confiscated items marked the largest sea smuggling case in terms of seizure value to be intercepted by the department this year. Ginseng and dried seafood totaling approximately 50 tons were found in the shipment, along with about 30,000 bottles of table wines, 30 tons of solid waste, electronic goods, endangered species, and more. 2 suspects have been released on bail pending further investigation, and the likelihood of further arrest has not been ruled out. In more marine wildlife news, the small-tail shark species has declined by 80% in almost 3 decades. A new petition seeks to protect them under the Endangered Species Act. The species, which is found in the Gulf of Mexico south to Brazil, is categorized by the IUCN as critically endangered, a designation for species teetering on the brink of extinction. The small-tailed shark is highly threatened by overfishing for its meat and fins, in addition to impacts of climate change, ocean pollution, and insufficient regulatory protections throughout its range. In a major victory for farm animals, a Roman court spares the lives of over 100 rescued pigs after there was a proposal to kill them over African swine fever. In early August, local health officials with ASL Roma 1 ordered the killing of the pigs in an attempt to curb the spread of African swine fever in the area. This, despite all of the animals being registered with proper health authorities and easily identifiable with microchips that prove that they will never be forced into the food production system. On October 10th, the court accepted the appeal of over 16,000 In Defense of Animal supporters and other animal allies worldwide, deeming the proposed slaughter illegitimate. For more breaking animal news stories and how you can help, visit worldanimalnews.com.